Are we live? We're live. Sorry, we had problems with the camera, of course, right before I start. It had tested fine, and then bam, there you go. Let's see. Turn that light off. We have Scoop here with us tonight. I don't know if you can see her, probably not. But hi, welcome to Bricks and Kitties. Usually we do this on Tuesdays, but Tuesdays have been busy for me. So we are doing it on Thursday because I have regular schedule on Thursday. But here we are, part of the horde. Can't really see it too good, can you? Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna say, should we try moving the camera closer? But let's not tempt fate since it's already been a problem tonight and just go with what we've got going on. Um, so how you guys been this week? We are what? 2 weeks to Christmas? That'll be fun, huh? Right? Um, more than Christmas though. I mean, Christmas will be fun. We have the kitten. It's her first Christmas, and we're looking forward to seeing how she reacts with a Christmas tree. But I don't know if this mic's working or not, but I guess we'll find out. Anybody out there live in the chat, throw a hello in, throw a heart on the chat. Let's see what everybody's up to this week. Let's see. So last week I was busy building the Tuk Tuk. So here's Lego's version. That's Lego's version from a couple of years ago. And I built this one. Got lots of cool colors. And then I wanted to see if I could, what it would look like if I made one out of a solid color. So I went with as much red as I could. And then I had to throw some blue on. And I think this one came out really good. We got the Space Baby in there. Pretty good little Tuk Tuk. I would like to have several of them, but I kind of ran out of steam on building them. This week I've been recreating one of the Friends sets. I think it's called the Friends Community Center. It's set 41748, and it's a 4-story building that's very colorful. I love it, but it's Friends, and which is fine, but I hate the dollies, and it's expensive. And I have all of this. I have all these Lego over here in the corner. Here's the sorting room, all the storage facility there. So I've been recreating it. You can, thank goodness you can download instructions from Lego. And so I downloaded a 41748, and I think I've been working on this for about 4 days. I think I started Sunday. I might have started Saturday. I'm not really sure. But it's true to the shape, the base, and all of this. I just chose different colors. I figured if it's very colorful, I wanted the sidewalk to be colorful as well. And they had a wheelchair ramp, and I changed it to 2 set of stairs instead, just because they're not that steep anyway. But what do you think? I've got the green layer and then a pink with complementary blue, and I got like 2 different colors of blue going, but I really love it. I have not done anything to the inside yet. I'm not focused on that. the next one I want to do is like a yellow one, maybe. But it all depends on the windows. Sorry, I have to get a drink. It all depends on the windows that I have. And I might, this might be one of those builds that I might order some pieces for it. I've very rarely done that. But let's see. So yellow, I have a very small amount of yellow. Oh, that's not going to go well. Oh, that's not true. This is just light yellow, which I would like to do it in the lighter yellow. If I have regular yellow, a bigger bin where I would definitely be able to have the parts for it. But I really like this lighter yellow, not this bright, but this lighter pale. And I have a bunch of these. Maybe I could incorporate those. I'm not really following their floor plans because they have pieces I don't have access to. So that's what I've been doing with these, is just figuring out how I can replicate the look with what I've got. There's a lot of police action going on. And building the plates, it's a 16 by 15. And it comes apart real nice. I've got it modularized, of course. And you just pop the top. Of course, the sign fell off. But there's the second floor. It's got some snots on the inside, so I can put up some quote-unquote artwork or do some decorating on the inside. I figured the main floor, because, you know, it's kind of set up like a business with the doors, that'll be like a flower shop. And then each floor above it will be an apartment. On Lego's version, the third floor, I think, has a slide. And I don't have a yellow slide, but I have a blue slide and it's shorter. Or I have a really cool pink staircase that I might use instead. And because I already have a pink layer, but I don't have anything with pink accents. I do someplace in here. I have one pink window, which would be really cute. And that's what's going to determine what layer I do next, is the windows. I have a lot of windows, but I don't have them in a lot of colors. And because I need to have contrasting colors, right? And since the first floor has white windows, I would really like to skip having white on the next layer. But what do you guys think? Isn't it cute? I threw some people on here. And the other Legos version has a big tree out front. I just did plants. I didn't buckle that down very good. It's going to end up falling off. But I thought, looked on the instructions, and they built two really cool plants that they had hanging. And I thought maybe we could do that. These here I can take off. It's just a decoration that kind of feels a little busy. And that was these things. I took those off because it feels a little busy right through there. You just never know what's going to work. And so I was going to look at building some of these plants. They're potted plants. I'm going to turn that one back on. And I have some pots here. I'm going to need two. I have butterscotch. We could do butterscotch plants. That is one part of the colors that I do want to use. And so I have those. And let's see. Let me look at their instructions to see how they hung them. I think I still. Oh, I can't. I can't bounce out of here. If I bounce off of this, off the YouTube tab, I'll lose you guys. So I can't look at it. So, but that's okay. I know we're going to need a connector. So let's see what we have for connectors. I know which ones I'm looking for. I just don't know what they're called. And I have about 11 or 12 of these totes to look through. Those. And this one? I know I have some in gold. That's not it. Do I have any of these anywhere else, or was it in the very first one? Where are those little doobers? No. Not in that one. Well, what the hell? Not in that one. Belinda 1, you didn't get to see this Tuesday night. Yeah, that's because I didn't go live Tuesday night. I am live now on Thursday. The Tuesday edition on Thursday. And yeah, and then I had problems going live tonight because when I hooked it up, the camera was working. Where are those parts? But it's all chugging along now. Oh my goodness, is it this one? Why did I not pick this one up? Because this is it. We're going to need some of those and 2 of these for it to clip onto. You can use these purple. Ow! And then we're going to need some sticks. Should we use regular straight sticks? Yes. Brown through the same length? Yes. And then flowers to decorate it with. What should we use? Where's the flowers? This one? This one? I have a little flower kit. I like to keep this one so I can build a flower at the ready. All right, so we have 2 sticks, 2 lavender prongs, 2 things to attach it to, and 2 of these pots. And we will have to use one of these that has a hole in it. And let's put a green stud. No, let's do brown, right? So we can have like some dirt down in there. And then where's our leaves? Big container of leaves. Like that. And then a 3-pronged stem. And then what? Red? Let's go with some red flowers. Maybe put a leaf on there. Like that. Come on, push it. I don't know why it's so hard. It's like threading a needle trying to get the stick to go up through there and into the back of that red thing. Why? Oh, because it's not a flower, it's a stud. Somebody missorted. There. See, Legoing shouldn't be that difficult. If it is, check your piece. So there, that one looks good. Make sure that one's an actual flower. That'll be helpful. Jeez Louise. And then one more. Actually, let's do one with two because I don't like how I can see the stem. Okay, so that one over to there on the shorter stem. And then I have a double leaf. Put that on. And then attach our rose. And then we have our little flower pot. And then we'll take the stick. Stick goes inside. The little connector with the bar. And then the lavender fork. And that clips on there. And put that all the way back on. And we can bring this over. And this will have to plug into something. So I have this hanging right here. That's right in the middle. I'm going to take that flower off. Move it to that position. And then poke that right into there. And then we have our little flower pot hanging from the edge of the building. Now that's not where it's going to stay, but you get the gist of how you can hang that. And I think what I'll probably do, let's see, what should we do? We could make it, shorter. We could use a shorter stick. And then we could hang smaller stick and hang it there, but then gets in the way of the door. Maybe it'll be better used to hang in the flower shop, right? That's what we'll do. We'll hang them in front of each window. So that'll come later, but now we know what to do with them. So we have to build the other one. And we needed, what, 4 leaves altogether? Let's see. Belinda1 has thrown some more stuff in the chat. Let me go take a look. Nope, you're not watching a rerun. We are live for a little bit longer. And so we're doing the double leaf. Somebody's sorting bad again. Not a rosette. And there's one. And then 2 more. And I already know that even if I hang these inside that first floor in the flower shop, this brown stem that I have is way too long. So I'm definitely going to have to consult the bin of sticks. And we're probably going to want one of the smallest ones. Gold? Okay. 2 very small in gold. I think these are the smallest sticks they make. I hope it is long enough to clear the plant, though. Oh, yeah, that'll work nice because the connector's so far away, so that'll gives stick almost rolled off. There. And I'll have to figure out a way to attach that inside, which could be just as easy as taking a 1x round with a hole in it and putting that up underneath in the floor and then poking that straight up in there. It'd be just as easy as that. Where is now I pulled out 2 of those. Where did the second one go? How does that happen? I literally, you saw me. I pulled out 2 of those lavender forks. I set them all right here. All the pieces we were using, and that one has vanished. Oh, look, here it is on the floor. Biscuit. Yep, you caught the live, Miss Belinda. Let's see, I'm digging for some little brown pieces so we can have our dirt in our plant. So I have these little textured flowers. I love these. These are some of my favorite elements. Put that inside for dirt. And then we need our plant. Son of a, oh my God, who separated these? That's the third one. You know, it's fun to blame others when you have no one to blame but yourself. I did it. Whose else's fault would it be? All right. Okay. Got it. Just like at work today, I went to work. And I was at work for a little bit. And I see my knife hanging on the magnet strip. And I'm like, what the hell? I didn't put that there. Did somebody get in my knife bag? I'm like, nobody get my knife bag. I don't remember doing that. And so I called or texted the boss. I was like, do you know if anybody got my knife bag? And so she looked at the cameras from opening from because I closed the night before and the knife was hanging there. So apparently I did. I opened, I left it sitting over there and didn't put it away. But I guess that's what happens after 11 hours of work. Good evening, Mark Anthony. How are you doing? I'm doing well. We are making little plants. Look, I did it. And so, well, okay. All right. I need to take this one off. It'll be easier because the floor of the, okay, the floor of the second floor is the ceiling of the first floor. That makes sense? Okay. And so a stud with a hole in it. Let's get that closed up before I have an accident. Stud with a hole in it. Where are you today? Mark Anthony, what are you up to this evening, mister? Yeah, it was all hours in one day. But that's why it's like once a week or once every other week. And, it's a fun job, so it goes by fast. Okay, so I got 1x with a hole in it. And can I turn this upside down? Sure, why not? All right, but we have to line that up with the 2 windows that we're going to be, let's see, so maybe right there. Oh, okay. And then we got right there. No. Oh, that one. Okay. And then I don't know if this is going to work. Hopefully it's not too long. The hell is that? Oh, okay. So there they are. Oh, come on, line up. Okay. They hang beautifully, but they are a little long, right? That's all right. That's why it's called trial and error. But it works. Um, but I can definitely, okay, see, this is why when you follow the instructions and when you mock, you have to sometimes unfollow the instructions because it depends on what you're doing with it. Okay, so what did we just do? We plugged a stick into a connector, and then we connected that to another stick to put in that hole. So let's take out the middleman. That being the whole contraption of all the connectors. And then we can just poke the gold stick that we put in the planter directly into our floor. Oh yeah, I gotta show you the cool thing that I built into the windows. So my windows here, and then it opens outside. And then I built this one where it slides. And so this side, the windows open into the house and then opens out so that it can slide. Isn't that awesome? And that was not in Lego's instructions. Okay, so there's that one. But that's the fun of mocking. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Well, Mark, what are you building? No, I don't get overtime because I don't work 40 hours. I work like 36 to 38. Just because I work one long day. That's why I don't work that hard. It's restaurant work though, dude. You can't work too hard. It's exhausting. Hopefully this is in the right area. Please go in. I'm trying to put these in between studs. Okay, there's that one. And then make sure these are facing the same direction. Got it? All right. There they are. Okay, I misaligned that one. But there they are from the outside. And there they are on the inside. I like it. Very good, very good. But yeah, that's about it. Um, I have Christmas Lego. I have not brought it out yet. I'm debating on whether or not to just put it up here. And that way maybe it can be played with a little bit more than usual. Um, but I mean, we haven't gotten our Christmas tree yet. We don't hard decorate till we get the tree, and we get a live tree. So we probably won't get that till like this weekend, a good 10 days before Christmas. And so that will be that. Um, what about you guys? Everybody out there have their homes decorated? Thanks for the I'm glad you like it, Belinda. Thank you. All right. Well, what are we? With half hour in? All right. And I think I've talked myself. I don't have too much else. We could look see what kind of windows I have. Let me put some of this stuff away. Because that was one of the things I was gonna do tonight. Try to determine which color of floor to this building will be next. And I figure I'll let the windows that I have determine which color. That, and I need to clean up this mess here. But in this tote, there's a lot of clear windows, some old red at the bottom, a black door frame, some curved windows, which I do have a lot of arches. I could figure out how to put all that together. And I was thinking about these I would really like to be able to do, where'd it go? The pale yellow with the bright yellow windows. I think that would be a pretty contrast. And then the white accents, the two shades of yellow. These windows I have of the yellow variety they're old. They're very different. They have a frame. They're recessed. I've never used these before. And this one that has here it goes this way, and it has little panes in it. And then we have shutters that open. That's like the ones from the 70s that started. Whoop. And then I have one with white. Of course, I have a lot of different of these colors. Right on. Belinda one's got the house decorated for Christmas. And so, other than a bunch of clear, I have a shit ton of red windows. And red's not floating my boat. I mean, I could do, and see, and I considered that when I started the green to do red, but I don't like that. So I don't know about using these red windows. And other than that, a black and yellow, it looked like a bumblebee floor. And I have a lot of gray door frames, but not gray windows. So it's going to take a lot of thinking. And maybe this weekend I might have to go dig around in some of the bins at the Lego places. But y'all, I'm tired. Thanks for joining me tonight. Throw a heart in there, throw a thumb, throw a like, throw a subscribe, throw a whatever you got. All right, you guys. Let's see next week. I'm working a long week or a long Tuesday next week as well, because Friday's a short day because we're closing early for our Christmas party. So we'll probably do this again with a Thursday edition for Tuesday's live. Polish. I like it. It's fun. Tuesday Night Live, Thursday edition. All right, you guys. Thank you. Love you. Thanks for your time. See you next week.